So here we are in mountain pose. Now, depending on where you are in your pregnancy and how you feel, your feet can be hip width apart or they can be shoulder width apart. And the placement of your feet, you can either have them facing forward or you can have them facing a little bit out. But we're trying to align the feet first of all in traditional mountain pose. Try not to lock your legs so there's a gentle bounce of the knees. Okay, if you're not too sure about what hip width is apart, if you put the heel of one foot into the instep of the other and swivel it out, so that's hip width. Shoulder width is obviously wider, so you go a little bit wider and see how that feels. So we want this soft, as I say, softness in the knees, because as you get bigger, your weight will be pulled forwards, and keeping a slight soft bend in the knees helps to sort of counteract that, and you feel that nice buoyancy in the body. Okay, so we're going to open out our hands to the front of the mat in this nice receiving posture, and you're gazing forward. So there's something in yoga called the drishti point, or the gazing point. So you gaze straight ahead and making sure that you are gazing at something which isn't moving but which brings you joy. So it's really nice to take something with you when you are birthing your baby, when you're in labour, something of that really, sparks joy, as Marie Kondo says. So just allowing the gaze to settle, soft knees lift up through the crown of the head, smiling the collarbones and opening the heart. And then we're going to take a deep breath in and bring our arms up above our heads. So lift up, join the hands. I'm just going to step back. Just bear with me. So there's always a few technical issues. Okay. So bring the arms up. Let's start that again. Feet hip width apart. Taking a deep breath in, reaching the arms up and then all the way down. So it's a flow of energy. Pulling the energy up, reaching up, and then exhale, pull it all the way down. So the breath is guiding the movement, reaching up, and then all the way down. And hold the hands together. So just press the hands, see how the hands feel to be pressed in towards each other. You'll feel the chest muscles sort of activate. And lengthen your tailbone down towards the floor. So I'm going to turn to the side so you know what I mean. So we haven't got a duck's arse. We're not sticking our bottom out behind us, because there's enough of that going on in pregnancy. If you just bend the knees softly and then lengthen the tailbone down towards the floor. So again, we're not tucking under, we're just lengthening. Taking a deep breath in here. Exhaling, release. And then another deep breath in, reach up. And then we're going to go over to the right side. So reaching over to the right and really pulling out through the armpits. And then inhaling, reaching up. And then exhaling down. So again, we're going to do the other side. We're going to inhale, reach up. And then exhale over. So you can see I've got my hands about shoulder width apart. Try not to turn your body in. So you're turning your rib cage and your baby up towards the sky, and then inhale and bring the arms down. Let's repeat that. Inhale, reach up, and then exhale over. So it's like you're holding a ball of energy. Just gently bend the knees, and then inhale, reach up, straighten the legs, and then exhale, bending the knees over to the side. And then let's just sway from side to side. So we're moving this energy, getting a little bit creative with the movement, maybe as we go over to one side, you bend the opposite knee. So as I come over to the right, I'm bending the left knee, and over to the left, bending the right knee. So a nice swaying motion, and then bring the arms down. So you don't want to be holding your arms above your head for a long length of time when you're doing yoga during pregnancy. Okay, so have a little wiggle. I like the wiggles. It's always good to sort of dissipate energy throughout the body. Now we're going to try a balancing pose. So trying being the operative word, because quite often, again, your balance is quite compromised, or it can be during pregnancy and postnatally and through menopause. So we are just allowing the body to settle. Find your gazing point, your drishti point, something which brings you joy. Lift up through the crown of the head, drop the shoulders. Heart is open. Take a deep breath in and release it all down. So think about you really grounding down through the feet. And then just shift your weight into the right foot and then bring the left foot up, just like you're about to step on the first stair. And then bring your foot in and then open the hip. So tree pose. Now, if you've got a strong yoga practice, you may be able to bring the inside of that left leg up into the groin. I can't do that, and this is a good enough balancing pose. So it's a rotation. In fact, feel that, bring the knee in and then out. If you want to hold on to a chair or a wall or a dog, okay, you can do that, and it's not cheating. If that even is too much, just bring the foot down, so you're using your big toe as a stabilizer. Okay, so balancing on that right leg, bring the hands back into the midline. Take a deep breath in and exhale. So feel the strength of that supporting leg, that right leg. And then bring the arms up, back round, and all the way down on the exhale. And then release that leg. So you're going to come back to that pretend step and release it back. Let the energy settle, and then release the hands and wiggle it out. Other side. So find your strong mountain. Mama mountain. And shift the weight into the left foot. Peel the right foot up, and then just like you're on an imaginary step, and then bring it in and rotate out. So the knee is out to the side, and bring the hands into the midline. Try not to dump the weight into that left foot. So you're lifting up through the crown of the head, through the pelvis. One side might be really different to the other, and just press the heels of the hands together. Remember to relax the shoulders away from the ears, engage the shoulder blades in towards the spine. I find that it helps to squeeze the butt on the supporting leg. So I've squeezed my left butt. And then take a deep breath in, lift the arms up above the head, and then exhale and bring them down. And you can do that again. Okay, so once you get more sort of competent, or you feel quite energetic, you can do 1 or 2, or you can do 3. And you can see that I've just lost my balance there. Okay, and that's fine. What I've done is just gone straight back into it. Try not to get frustrated, but we're building that strength in the supporting leg. And then bring it forward, back to that step, and back down. And a lovely release. Okay. So Dexter wants to join in for this one. We're going to do goddess pose. Okay, lovely pose in pregnancy, where it's a bit of a high squat. Okay, and we're trying to keep the upper body upright, so a nice length, so your baby has room and you are able to breathe properly, and your knees are tracking over the big toe, so the knees aren't falling in like that. And if you press into the outside of the feet, to give you more stability. So some of you may be able to be way down here, but make sure that the knees are pressing out. So you have to press the knees out. Okay, we're going to take a deep breath in, keep the knees bent, and exhale. Let me move so you can see me. Exhale into our goddess. So inhale, straighten up, reach the hands up, and exhale, goddess. We've got Dexter doing the downward dog off the sofa. Inhale, reaching up, and then exhale, goddess pose. So go down a little bit more, and a little bit more. Make sure that you're not dumping the weight into the insteps, and just press the hands into the top of the thighs. Thank you, Dexter. Go on, lie in your bed. Needs to go out for a walk. Okay, and then we're just going to move from side to side. Okay, so, this is real life, girls. Yeah, if your pet's in the way, you can just use them. So we're just keeping that squat in the legs. Good boy. Go on, lie in your bed. Or go underneath. So you're moving from side to side, and you can bring the hands into the heart center and switch the weight backwards and forwards. It's quite hard work on the legs, but your legs need to be strong. Okay, if we're using the gravity for active birth, we need the legs to be strong. And then come up, and then just heel the toes into the midline. Take a breath in, and then exhale it out. And just feel the energy settle after that movement. I have my feet together, but you can have yours apart. Check in with the jaw. Just open your mouth wide, a big wide ah. And release. And then bring your hands to your baby. So this mudra, this hand gesture, is called Yoni mudra. Yoni is Sanskrit for womb. So just holding the fingertips are together, the thumbs together, and you just surround your baby with the energy and love of your hands. Breathing in deeply. And exhale. So staying here, I've decided not to redo this video because I think it's a really good example, excuse me, of using the ups and downs in everyday life. Use it to sort of integrate with your yoga practice, because life can be chaotic. Labour is, it's incredibly intense. And we need to be able to work with the fluctuations and the changes. So just releasing the arms. We're going to come back down to the earth and move down towards relaxation. So I'm going to show you what sort of things you need for relaxation. So to come down, I'm going to show you a different way of coming down. So if you step forward with one leg and back with the other, and then come down slowly so that knee meets the floor, and then bring the other leg in. So we're going to come down to lie on your side. Now, the advice is past 28 weeks to lie on your left side. We're only going to be here for a short period of time. So if you absolutely are desperate to lie on your back, please do so. But you can always put something underneath your right hip. So a really flat cushion, or maybe a rolled up scarf. So I'll just show you what I mean. So just watch how I'm coming down. I'm coming down onto my side, sliding my hand down, and then coming back onto my back. So we want to avoid coming up and down like this. It's not, it doesn't feel very comfortable when you're pregnant. So taking any hair accessories out, and you can pop that, if you did want to lie on your back, just pop it underneath the right hip. So the right hip is just gently lifted, and you can lie in traditional corpse pose, this is called, or Shavasana. So that is one option. The other option, which is what I usually do in class, and I'm going to grab some cushions and some blocks. Okay, so I'm going to have a block underneath my head or a cushion, and I'm going to have the cushion between my legs, and maybe, depending on how pregnant you are, putting a cushion underneath your belly. I'm going to take my other block and put it in front of me so that's supported. So we have an alignment with the neck, the shoulders, the pelvis, the knee, and the ankle. I'm going to talk you through a short relaxation. And please, if you want to stay longer, honour your body, honour your baby, and stay for longer. So just allow your eyes to shut and let the practice of yoga start to integrate and be absorbed for you and your baby. Soften across the forehead and around the eyes. Let the cheeks become soft and release any tension from the jaw, so dropping the tongue into the bottom of the mouth and just create space between the top and the bottom teeth. So there's a softening inside the mouth, and that is released to the back of the throat, down the neck. Let the shoulders drop and feel the arms becoming heavy all the way down through the elbows, the forearms, the wrists and the palms of the hands to the fingertips. If you find the mind starts to get busy when you stop, which is very common, rather than pushing the thoughts away, you observe the thought and allow it to just float by and come back to the focus of your breath. Feel where the body is supported by the earth. So softening across the chest, your breasts, around your baby. If your baby is active, then just maybe bringing a hand to the belly, to your baby. And let the pelvis release, allowing the legs to feel really heavy, softening the groins, the thighs, down through the knees, all the way down the lower legs, the shins, the calves, all the way around the ankles to the soles of the feet. Just following the breath as it moves in and out of your body. Come on, lie down, good boy. So try to use the interference as a practice for mindfulness. Notice how easy it is to get distracted in relaxation. So bring your attention away from the distractions and back to your breath. And I'd like to invite you to stay here longer. If you're short on time, then we can slowly move out of relaxation. So start to move your fingers and your toes. Take a deep breath in. You can use the top arm to press into the earth to ease yourself up. So take a deep breath and then exhale and press into that top arm and ease yourself up to a comfortable seated position. This may be on your knees, it may be with your legs crossed. And if you have chosen to stay in extended relaxation, then enjoy. Otherwise, we're going to release the arms beside ourselves and take a deep breath in. Scoop energy up from the earth that grounds us and bring the hands together above the head, and exhale the energy down from the universe that guides us. And just hold it in your heart center. Take a breath in. Exhale all the way out, and just place one hand over the middle of your chest, your energetic heart center, and one hand on your baby. And let that energy and that love and that breath and that practice of yoga be shared between the two of you. And then bring it back, hands back to Anjali Mudra, prayer position, with a deep bow of the head. Namaste. So the word namaste, very simple meaning, means the light in me bows to the light in you. I see you. I'm not going to apologise for all the interruptions, because, as I say, I think it's important that you know that you don't have to have a clear space to do yoga, and that you are going to get disruptions and interactions. So especially if you are having a hospital birth. So getting used to that and still remaining in your own body, in your own breath, creating a bubble of safety around you and your baby. So I'm going to come and finish the video. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will be meet you in the next one.